George Mangos is one of the best Australian MMA prospects that we have ever had. And he might not even be the best guy at his gym. This guy could be.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event.
Live from HBF Stadium Festival Hall. Melbourne Pavilion. Not even backstage, we're literally outside.
Was that the best fight card in Australian MMA history?
Call me crazy, but make sure you call me when I'm right.
Be good if the Aussie MMA Instagram page would give us a bit of glow up because...
Welcome to the Australian MMA podcast. My name is Mitch Tinley, and look, today's guest is training out of Lions Den Academy in Sydney. Trains alongside the great George Mangos that everyone has talked about. If you know anything about Australian MMA, every man and their dog and the dog's dog has talked about just how good George Mangos can be. Signed with Chosen Advisory, signed a Dana White Contender Series, is sort of undefeated, 7-0, all finishes. Just an absolute stud of a grappler, stud of a fighter, added knockouts to his game. Everyone is really, really high on this young man, and he's got a little training partner. We've had him on the show before, Marwan Rahiki. He is what I have said before, like the Israel Adesanya of regional MMA. He's the best striker we've seen since Izzy, I believe. Come at me. I just think he's the cleanest sniper of a striker. Moroccan by nature, inside in heritage and in the ring. I don't know, that worked better in my head. But look, he's a tremendous kickboxer. Just look at his fight with Michael Barber, Michael Manu, some of just the toughest guys in the divisions, and Marwan is just, yeah, he can finish guys however he wants, sort of whenever he wants. Has he been truly tested to be as hyped up as he is at 4-0? I mean, he burst on the scene last year with a beautiful body kick against Julian Justiniano on Eternal, and it's kind of where he like skyrocketed. I believe. I think he was 1-0. I think that was his first fight. Anyway, it's where he kind of really sort of shot out, and everyone sort of kept an eye on him. And then just what he has done to, like I said, Michael Manu, Michael Barber, he's just a vicious striker, and more and more people are starting to believe his hype, because he said he wanted to make Dana White Contender Series this year. And he said that last year. It sounded insane. So we're going to talk to Marwan Rahiki, because he is taking on, the biggest roadblock in his career so far, Sem Kakembo, who looks re-energized, revitalized. We're going to chat to Sem real soon. Sem Kakembo has challenged for the Featherweight Championship before, falling just short to Abdallah Biada. It's going to be a very, very fun fight. Sem Kakembo is a very well-known grappler, previously training out of Absolute MMA alongside UFC fighters Jack Jenkins, Khan Offley, up-and-coming studs in Alistair Volters. I think Mason Nabetsu, also a featherweight. He's now moved on to, I believe, Combat 1, training with John O'Micallef, who's also in the UFC. Sem Kakembo is just, I think he is right up there. And if you can't beat Sem Kakembo, you ain't going to the next level. And he's definitely a man that could be an Australian MMA champion. So Marwan Rahiki taking on Sem Kakembo May 31st, Hex Fight Series 35. Marwan trying to keep the Hex Featherweight Championship in the Lions Den Academy gym, as George Mangos vacated it as he heads to Dana White Contender Series. So we're going to hear from Marwan very soon, and boy, it's always a bit of a spicy interview, as he's already booked for a fight in July on Beatdown Promotions, the promotions run by former UFC veteran and just regular veteran Damian Brown. So, a bit spicy there. We asked him about his opponent, and he's very, confident. I know it's a long intro, guys, but for anyone that doesn't understand, I'm trying to sum it all up for them. And time codes are below, so if you want to skip to your favourite section, feel free to do that. If you need any combat sports insurance, make sure you head on over to combatsportsinsurance.au. It's gyms, events, Jules a fighter, who knows? They're the best insurer going around and broker, and they'll be able to find you the best option, at least understand the sport. Of course, Drillich Combat Academy, they're our gym partner, home of Australian MMA champion Anthony Drillich and other aspiring athletes. And of course, we couldn't do it without Vex MMA. Make sure you hit up vexmma.com to find out more. Guys, thanks for sitting through this 4-hour long intro, but I'm very excited about this interview. We'll be chatting to Sem Kakembo on Monday. So it's going to be very, very interesting as I'm going to hear his replies on this. But ladies and gentlemen, it's Marwan Rahiki. And we'd like to take the time to thank our gym partner, DCA, the home of Australian MMA champion Anthony Drillich and aspiring athletes. If you'd like to know more, head to drillichcombatacademy.com. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's the forced nickname that I've put upon him. It's Marwan Freaky Rahiki. Mate, welcome.
Hello, how are you? Thanks for having me again.
Good. Now, mate, look, let's get right into it. You are competing for the Hex Featherweight Championship, the title previously held by your teammate George Mangos against Sem Kakembo, May 31st. But why are you booked on Beatdown in July already?
You may get to know that next week. The week after. We have the first mission I'm focused on, and after that we'll see.
But it doesn't look like you're focused on. What's going on? Why are they announcing you signed on other fights? You're supposed to be focused on this one.
Yeah, look, they do what they want to do for them. What's good for them, you know? All I know now is just I have a fight next Saturday and then win that, and then we see the plans after that.
So no fight is booked.
Look, I don't want to talk about the fight. I have a fight on 31 May against Kakembo. That's the fight I'm looking forward to. After that, you'll get to the news will come up soon.
Well, okay, let me ask you about this then. What if you were Mr. Sem Kakembo? Would you not be a little like you're looking through him?
I'm sure that he's making his own plans as well. You know, like he's probably thinking maybe the same thing, but the difference is I've been doing this all the time. In 2023, I had like 8 fights, and last year I had 3 fights, but of like 2 of them was short notice fights, and there was like I fought in July, and 4 weeks later I fought like in September again. For me, it's nothing new, but for him, I don't know. So I'm just gonna do what I always do. I have to just like always, all I'm focused on in him and put him away quickly without any injuries, without any scratches, and move on to the next one.
And final question of stirring up shit before I get onto this fight. Are you not concerned that it might, like, I don't know, piss off Hex, like you're their champion and then you're immediately fighting on another promotion?
Well, look, there's going to be I don't think there'll be a Hex show on July. So I need to stay busy as much as I can. The Contender Series starts in August. So, it's good to just be like busy and fight as much as possible, because I've always struggled to fight matchups, and everyone especially last year was really hard. Couldn't find a lot of times. I was just waiting and taking short notice fight, but now I have this opportunity, so why not? Like if someone comes up and say, "Hey, do you want to fight a week after your next fight?" Like, yes, of course I'll take that.
I'll be honest, you've handled these questions pretty well. Like a good counter striker in interviews as well. Mate, why are you in such a rush, man? You're making George Mangos look like he's bloody dragged his feet getting to the UFC.
What do you mean? Like, no.
Wait, didn't you turn pro like a year ago?
Yeah. Yeah, last year. Yeah, last year, 2024, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year, February.
And like realistically, it's like you are in like if you don't get Contenders this year, you'll almost be upset, correct?
Yeah, true, yeah.
What is it? I mean, is it just the way you've always liked doing it, or is it like what you said, like you were so frustrated in the lack of finding fights earlier on in your career that you're now just taking advantage of it all?
It's just like, when I had especially my first 2 fights, I'd say I finished like 2 guys like really easily, like easier than when I was doing an amateur. So I felt a whole different level. I felt myself in a whole different level. So I was like, you know what? Like especially when I fought Michael Manu, I had only 2 fights and he had like 11 fights.
Mm.
And do I put him like in under 3 minutes, like so quickly, so easy? This is when I start really thinking that okay, you know what? I can fight someone who's in UFC. Like I can fight UFC now. I can fight Contender Series. So it's just about like numbers. Like UFC wants to be like 6-0 or 7-0. It's okay. Like I'm still young, so we just do that and then move on. Like do what they want us. Like just keep fighting and keep winning and doing what I'm doing. I'm sure like after another first round finishes, like there will be no one in Contender Series that has every fight won by first round KO. So I'm so sure like we'll be this year. I hope so.
Mate, I honestly, I love stirring up this narrative, but George is one of the hottest prospects we've seen in quite some time, and the amount that he is just quickly dispatching of people, and you're doing it faster than him.
Nah, I think look, he was pro like a year before me. So like literally when he turned pro, he was like I was only starting MMA fights.
Mm.
But he's been training like ages before me. You know, like what he's been doing for years before
Mm.
before I did. But like same but the difference is I've been doing kickboxing for a while. Then that gave me advantage to just like make it look like it's going quick as well. Because
Mm.
when you finish people like that quickly, first round finishes, it looks like you're going fast. But I put in so much work. Like I've put in so much effort, so much sacrifices and work to just like be able to just like go for the main goal quickly as quick
Mm.
as possible.
Yeah, it's cool. It's nice to see. But have you and you like your teammate George Mangos, obviously the former Hex champion, but everyone's so high on him. Obviously, Contender Series. I don't know if it's confirmed. Let's be real, it's confirmed.
Yeah.
Are you? Do you kind of get more and more confidence because you're like, as you see him grow, you're like, well, obviously I can hang with George type thing. So man, I can hang with everyone.
Yeah, of course. Like when you train with like if you want to be the best, you gotta train the best and you gotta
Mm.
fight the best. That's how you put your name with the best. So training with the best guys, especially like he's the best in the country. So
Mm.
it's like I train with this guy every day.
Mm.
So like for this guy for this fight, Kakembo, like Kakembo, he's probably is gonna think he can gonna grapple me and wrestle
Mm.
me. I don't think he will be trying to stand. Like let's be like logic. He's not gonna want to stand with me. So he's gonna take me down. I don't think he's gonna be able to take me down. And if he does take me down, like I've been having George on my back, like trying to choke me, like working my defense, working my wrestling. I'm so confident this fight I can just like I'll go and take him down and submit him quickly. But as long as there's like that 5,000 bonus, I'm not gonna do that. I'll rather just like do what I always did. So yeah, it's actually yeah giving me like so much like confidence training with these guys like George and even other guys as well. Like we have some guys like even the amateurs they just give us like toughest rounds in striking as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just every time has been either me and George like the way we've been like winning our last few fights. It was just like spectacular ways,
Mm.
first round finishes. So we're just looking forward to do the same thing to anyone.
And be honest, if you win this belt, do you think there's a little bit of George that will be like, nah, but you're not the real champ?
No, nah, he's gone. Bro. I've already seen George in the UFC. Like this is how confident I am for him. Like he's already in UFC. It's time for me now to get the Hex belt. We already spoke about this since the last fight when he defended the title. We're saying, okay, I'm finished. Like you next, you get the belt next, and same thing again. He's gonna be already in UFC. I'll move in like trying to catch up and be in UFC as well.
Yeah. Have you guys done at least one round in sparring where you kind of go, this is the fight, like this is for the belt?
Nah,
Don't lie, you have. I know you have.
God, I swear we didn't. I mean, like I don't know. We spar, but we never. I never thought like of him. Oh, I have to beat him or something. Like, nah, he's He's always good. His wrestling is really good. So like it depends how like what time in the round. Like we do sparring different. Like we do our sparring different. Like you can't really just say I'm beat this guy or this guy beats me. You sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's just about learning and like working on things that you want to get better on. So yeah, we don't do that.
That sounds like you're losing.
Uh,
But no, it is. It's a really cool story. I really like it. It's nice that he kind of like Lions Den is essentially going, no, belt staying here. Like literally, like it's hanging up there or whatever it is, and it's not going anywhere. You talked about Sem Kakembo and his grappling. Do you feel like everyone, and it could be because you're such a devastating striker, but do you feel like everyone is a bit like, Marwan can't grapple?
well, yeah, it's like it's getting on my ego now because I wrestle every day. We do jiu-jitsu and grappling every day. It just like it doesn't make sense the way I fight. I look like I don't want to grapple or I want to wrestle, but I know like people love seeing knockouts. People love seeing like standing. So just like I know my level at grappling and wrestling, but I just like do I have to use it or like should I just knock him out? Like should I just fight like I don't want to wrestle? Because it looks like I'm scared to wrestle, but I'm not. Like I've never been scared to wrestle. I've been taken down. I've been in like submission, almost getting choked or something, and now just get back up on my feet and win the fight. So I like it the way it is going now because this is like what UFC does. You win by KO, they give you 50,000 bonus. So why would I try to wrestle someone if I can knock him out? So it's just like this. But for him, yeah, I think I'm expecting him to come and try to just wrestle and make it like. Look, he's already fought a 5-round fight with Abdallah. I've seen that fight, and he's just like, man, his grappling is good, but he's not a finisher. Like he can't really. You look at George Mangos in his 3 or 4 first professional fights, and you see the guy that just take people down and submit him quick. But you look at Kakembo, he's like he just wins or loses by split decisions. So we're not going for a second round or third round in that fight.
If he engages in the grappling, is there a bit of your ego that wants to show that you can out grapple him?
If he gave me something, like if he's taking me down and I catch him with something, he's gone. Like I would finish him, but like I wouldn't try to. I don't think I would be trying to wrestle him or something because that's not what I do.
So would I say your prediction for the fight is first round TKO?
Yeah.
He's so confident. I love it.
What do you mean? Come on, man. I've done it like 4 times already.
Yeah, but maybe Sem is okay. Is Sem Kakembo your toughest opponent to date?
Nah. I think Michael Baba was the toughest guy.
All right.
I think Michael Baba is more tougher than Kakembo, and we will see next Saturday we'll find out.
But he's got like a new gym now. He's like revitalized,
I think it's very silly to do that. Like, it's not gonna work for him the way he thinks. I don't know. So,
You don't think he should have changed gyms?
yeah, I don't think he should have.
How come?
I mean, look, there's gyms when there's like a home of welterweights or a home of featherweights, and you like our gym, we have like featherweights, lightweights. That's with most guys. So that's why everyone's so good. Everyone's like really sharp. No one gets injured. Like just things like going smooth. But you go like to a gym where it's like most guys that welterweight. So who you actually training with? So who you getting the best rounds with? Like, are you actually getting some real rounds in sparring? Because if you're not doing that, the fight is just gonna be like it's something different that you haven't been doing in a while.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that because Absolute, of course, is Jack Jenkins, Khan Offley. They're in the UFC. Alistair Volder's like some good featherweights. So that's a good point.
Yeah. Since when I see that he moved to the gym, I was like, okay, well, like maybe you have your reason why you're moving out from the gym, but is it gonna work for you? Well, look, at the same time, I don't think even if he stayed in Absolute, I would have beat him anyway. So for me, it doesn't matter. But like I'm just saying, it's just silly to do things like this. But Doesn't matter. It's not my problem.
All right. Well, before I let you go, mate, be honest. Is a fight booked for July?
Yeah.
So you've got a name.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Take a guess.
Diego Pereira for the belt.
Nah.
Jarrett Wilbraham for the belt.
No.
Would you tell me if I got it right?
Maybe.
George Mangos for the
No. Okay, you finished straight. That's it.
0-3. That's how my MMA career would go too. So, all right, mate. You are the absolute best. I look forward to seeing you in Melbourne, and I look forward to chatting to Sem on Monday. See what he has to say.
All right. When this gonna come out?
This will come out today, so
Right.
Friday, and then I'll chat to Sem on Monday. So that'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to see what you're gonna say.
So that'll be good.
Thank you.
Vex MMA has officially teamed up with PRP Global, and their brand new website is now live. Head over to Vex MMA to check out their latest gear, perfect for fighters and fans alike. Whether you're stepping into the cage or just repping the lifestyle, Vex MMA has you covered.